Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a sort of unboxing. I did sort of open these, and then I accidentally showed somebody's address, and I feel like I can't do that. So I'm just going to kind of recap here. So I wanted to show these off. These are diamond emulsions for stropping, and these came from LaceyLaceEDC. So check out her YouTube channel. She's also on Instagram. I'm not sure if the names differ at all between the two, but it's LaceyLaceEDC as far as I know. I will link it. I'll tag her, all that stuff. So if you're interested, check the description. Check the pinned comment. That's how you can get a hold of her because she sells these. So these were 18 bucks each. So I paid 36 bucks and I got this big, spray bottle of a 9 or I don't know what the means exactly, but diamond emulsion, and then I have a 15, and then I believe she just gave me this one, so thank you very much for that. I need to figure out, what you use in what case, but I think 15 is kind of like the all-arounder, and then you kind of go down to get sharper and sharper. I don't think it's where you go 1, 9, 15, but I could be wrong, so definitely do your own research. Once I have more experience, I may do another video on this. But as far as I understand, the price point here is really good. I think I heard it's like 40 or 50 bucks for one spray bottle of emulsion from other brands. Now, I don't know all the other brands, and I'm kind of basing this off of what I've read on like Instagram and shit. So, grain of salt here, but I'm pretty sure this is like a really good price for these if you're into it. And maybe you use it a lot. I don't know. But she left me a note, which was really nice of her. It says, Kev, I want to say thank you for being awesome. Thank you for supporting my little biz by buying my emulsions. And then she tells you how to use it. First time you load the strop, shake well. Hold bottle about 8 to 10 inches away from the strop and give it 4 to 5 sprays. Let dry a minute or so before stropping. And then she says you'll want to reapply the spray after 250 to 300 stropping passes, which is quite a bit. I mean, that's, let's say you strop a knife like this, which I recently did. You're going to do, maybe 10, 20 passes. You might do 40 passes on a knife, but I doubt it. You're probably going to do more like 20, especially if you got different levels here. You're probably going to do 20 on each or something like that. I'll show you what I'm currently using, which is why I wanted to start like upgrading my shit. By the way, this is the Urban EDC Barley. This is designed by myself and Colin Divo knives, and this is a licensed design that Urban EDC is doing, hopefully very soon, because man, am I glad to have one of these back in for a little bit. I've been passing this one around. Such a comfortable knife, man. 0.32 thickness, super thin slip joint. It's got a finger choil, so you can really lock yourself in there if you're new to slip joints, or that's something that worries you with getting into slip joints. This is a really good design for you because it'll kind of protect you there, and you can learn how to manipulate and use a slip joint properly, I think. Nice and thin, right? It is a flat grind, but it's very thin. It slices really well, very comfortable in the hand, and I really enjoy this one. For regular, just EDC stuff, this knife is, in my opinion, phenomenal. I love carrying and using this one. So, for strops, I have this guy from Beavercraft that I bought on Amazon years ago. It was like 15 or 20 bucks. Comes with 2 sides. So I have one side with green compound all randomly on it, and then one side that's kind of clean. And what I do is I kind of just run it across the strop. So I lay it flat, and then I lift up just a little bit so my finger kind of like wedges in there a little bit. That's kind of how I gauge how high to go. I don't go like up like this. You kind of just lift a little bit and then drag across. I struggle with the knives that have a lot of belly because getting up to the tip is kind of hard. So like I'm carrying my Synapse Lefty right now. It has that belly out to the tip. That's where I struggle with these, because I'll lay it down, and then how do I get to that belly up at the tip? You got to kind of like lift the strop and pull down at the same time. And I'm usually like better at it one way than the other, you know? And sometimes I'll literally just focus on that area. Like I'll just kind of do this stuff. I am absolutely the last person you should be listening to when it comes to sharpening advice. Keep that in mind. But anyway, this is kind of how I strop. And I use this green compound because that's all I have. And I also have this strop from Lansdale Leather. He just sent me a chunk of leather. This was probably a year ago at this point. He's going to send me another one soon. I'm going to buy another one off him. That's some kind of horse hide. I don't know what this is. And what Lacey was telling me is if you're going to use these emulsions, make sure you only use this side. So this chunk has a coarse side, basically, and then this smooth side. This basically, I think, is not meant for stropping, but basically what Joe told me was you could use this to kind of like knock burrs off or something like that. I don't know. And then this is kind of your fine side. But Lacey was telling me to only use the fine side. So what I think I might do is clean this off. I believe you can just take mineral oil on a rag and just, you know, you just keep at it, wiping it off, you'll get all the compound off. And then I can kind of load these up and I can have 15, 9, and 1, you know, and then I'll have everything covered. I believe 15 is kind of like your all-arounder, just, you know, stropping shit. And then this is getting a little finer. And then this is like really fine. But it could be the other way around. Don't hold me to that. You can tell a difference in the coloring. So I don't know if I shake this up to make a difference. Nope. So I don't know what that means. Like this one's darker. So does that mean, oh, look at that. Is that like powder in there? So yeah, you kind of just like shake that up. So I don't know what that means, but I assume it's thicker solution. So this would be coarser, right? Is that how, that's how my brain makes it work, right? Coarser, and then you're getting finer and finer as you get more clear, right? I don't know. That's what I think. Anyway, a big shout out to Lacey Lace. Thank you very much. I can't wait to get into that stuff, learn more, and hopefully make my edges look even sicker than they do, because currently I suck at it. I can get them to be sharp again, kind of. I don't necessarily need to sharpen all the time because I don't use my knives like crazy. But sometimes I do, or I get a new knife and it's not quite as sharp as I would like it, right? Like this is sticky now. And that's fun. You know, that's fun to do. You don't always get a knife that's stupid sharp like some companies do. So anyway, thank you to Lacey. Link down below. Hit her up if you want some or if you want to support her. This came in from my buddy Casey. I dropped his stickers. Knives Fast. He loaned this to me. I saw it on his channel and I was like, you know what? I got to check this out. This is called the BAMF, which I think stands for Badass Motherfucker. Kuma Survival School knife. I believe this is a warning, cancer and reproductive harm. I believe this is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. It's made in China. It looks like a pretty cheap knife, but I think it's meant for like tactical, you know, self-defense. And it kind of was something I wanted to try because I had just reviewed the scythe or scythe. I say scythe. Somebody was like, you don't pronounce this C, but I don't know. I think I always have said scythe. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know. But I thought it was cool because this is another one of these sort of pocket tactical knives. You know what I mean? And so yeah. So this is the Kuma Badass Motherfucker, I think. And it has a hole, so you can flick it. And it also has that flipper tab. The D10 is rather light. I wish it was stronger because then it would snap a little bit. And to me, it's very unsatisfying because it's like, you know, you can hear it like bouncing when it pops in because it's really light. probably get it to bounce off. Right? So that's unfortunate. No reversible clip. Has this skull crusher on the back, although the clip almost sticks out past that, so it doesn't really make much sense, but okay. The ergos. So I looked at this and I was like, ooh, it's like a banana knife. The scythe or the scythe, whatever. That's a shielded knife, and it's designed by DC Blades, which is Tier 1 gear and EDC reviews and Old Squirrel knives. And what I loved about that knife was the comfortability in hand. It was so comfortable to hold in those grips that it made sense to me. Right off the bat, this is not that comfortable. This is me holding it in this grip, which is this a grip you would use? I am not an expert, so please do not take what I say literally, or, you know, don't take it to heart, because I don't think you hold it like this. I don't think you do, you know, this stuff, right? I think you're supposed to hold it in a reverse grip like this. And in this reverse grip, it's not that comfortable. It's honestly uncomfortable. You have this sort of deal here, so you don't have a great thumb landing spot. My fingers on this side are not like nestling into anything. If I flip it over like this, it gets a little better. So maybe it's meant for this so you can do this stuff, but because of the curve, the banana and the blade, I mean, the only thing I'm really going to cut is probably myself if if I'm doing this. You can't really stab with that. So if I turn it this way, which makes the most sense to me because you're going to swing across like this, right? Up. Oops. You could swing up and you could swing this way. This isn't that comfortable. And it's literally made for that, right? The flipper tab really is annoyingly in the way. If that was not there, I think I could get down a little further, but maybe it's meant to be a guard. I don't know. But honestly, this is not comfortable. I just don't know how it's meant to be used, because it's, unfortunately, the only comfortable spot is like this, basically. In this backwards grip, either down here or up there, you know, forwards or backwards in this grip. Sorry, this grip. But even that's not like super comfortable. I don't know, it's weird to me. So don't love it. The grind is, it's okay. You know, it's not meant for slicing really. I think Casey said it didn't feel super sharp. I don't really think these types of knives are meant for normal cutting. But yeah, that's, phew. I don't know if there's a burr. It feels kind of grounded on that side and that side. This would be a good time to test out our stropping skills, but I don't have those loaded up just yet. I don't even know how you would. You probably have to do them separately, right? So strop, and that's got a recurve. So that I can strop pretty easy. That secondary edge. See if I can get this one. I can kind of get it. Again, I am no expert on stropping, so please do not take what I'm doing to heart. I feel like I'm getting that secondary edge, though, a little too high as I'm doing that primary. See, that one you can easily, because it's not a recurve. That primary grind back there is a recurve. Makes it very difficult. Maybe I can, nope. There's no way for me to keep the secondary grind off the leather. Wiping my pants for a second. I don't think I did anything. Well, it's hard to tell because of it doesn't just cut because it runs into that tip. And that tip is just not sharp. This is all like rounded. You see how the tip is like, it has a weird, So the tip here has a weird angle to it as it comes up to it. And I think that is why we're having all these issues cutting. Because it's just not sharp. It's like, yeah, it's completely dull at that tip. But back here, it gets a little bit sharp. And up here, it's sharp. But this is dull. So as I'm cutting, it's running right into this. And it just kills the cut. This is like maybe slightly sharp. Yeah, I can feel it cutting into my skin. But this is just nothing. And then again, you can feel it there. So the at factory edge is horrible right here. They would need to redo that. And it's a recurve, which makes it hard for people at home to try to redo. You need a rod or something to do that. So anyway, not a big deal, honestly, because I don't think anybody's taking this out the EDC. And if they are, what are they doing with it? They're probably just cutting into a bag. You know, you can do that easy. So, yeah, this is exactly what I would think of if you told me I wanted a budget Pakal or Karambit or whatever these are called. And that's why I was so shocked by the Shieldon Scythe. Because that one was really good. Like, I actually enjoyed carrying it and using it because it did normal stuff pretty well. And then it was really comfortable in the hand for the purpose it's meant for. Yeah. So, I don't know why. I just kind of wanted to compare those two. Unfortunately, I don't have the other one here. But, yeah, this is interesting, you know. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it on this one. I think it's kind of gimmicky, honestly, which, you know, will catch some people's attention. But then again, there's probably a bunch of you guys who are going to say you could, you know, do tons of damage with this and it's perfect for what it's meant for. And, you know, I would love to hear the comments as to how you're supposed to hold this thing because this is not comfortable at all. I mean, I'm getting hit by the flipper tab in the hand. This is not very comfortable because all of this area is like hitting me right there and it's not a flat spot here. This is not comfortable because again, that flipper tab, I can kind of choke up like this, but I'm right on the edge. If I hold it back here, I got this hump here. If I hold it like this, it's decent. You start to get that flipper tab in your palm there and you know, obviously you got to hook all this so this sticks out. So there's really just no comfortable spot on this knife. Like, I just don't know how you're supposed to hold it. And that ruins the whole knife for me. But, you know, cool design and concept and everything. And I'm sure there is way more use for it than I am understanding or comprehending. So let me know. I love you guys. Shout out to Casey for letting me check it out. Really appreciate it, dude. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Oh, I will say the reverse flick is fun. Sorry, I want to give some positives here. The reverse flick is fun. The clip looks like it's pretty decent. Looks really tight. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Let me just try it. It actually does ramp over your pocket pretty well. It just, you can't get under it real easy. But it actually worked pretty well if you're just sliding it in. I wish it was reversible. The G10 / yeah, I think it's just 2 G10s. That's kind of interesting. And then you do have that hole, which, let's see. You can thumb flick, sort of, and you can reverse flick it pretty well. Let's try it left-handed. Yeah. you can reverse flick it pretty well. Now, it's a banana knife, so, you know, you don't get a lot of travel, so it's not as satisfying, but that feels pretty good, honestly. Lefty thumb flick. Nah, not really. You could force it. You know, I could probably get it to work. There you go. The liner lock is pretty late. Man, that angle, I don't know how I'm going to show you that. Let me grab my flashlight. Can you see that? So, yeah, it's not as late as I thought. It's like 50%. It's not horrible. No stick or anything. Feels pretty good. The jimping on the, just trying to get my flashlight back in my pocket. The jimping on the lock bar is pretty good. You know, I wish there was more access to it. You just get that little tab right there. But then, because of how high it is, the detent doesn't pass. So you can't, like, ow. See how I had to go lower to do it, and then the whole thing just swung down on me. So it's a little awkward in that sense. You got to do this, which is fine. This knife's not meant to be, I think, super fidgety or anything. The detent is super light. I mean, almost non-existent. I guess, tactically, you could take it out of your pocket and then, oh, maybe not. What am I doing wrong? Oh, there you go. So I was just, yeah, it's easy. I'm just under a camera. There you go. But it actually didn't come out as easy as I thought. The detent engagement's pretty good. It's just the actual detent is kind of weak. So that's interesting. So it has good retention, I should say. See? Let's see if there's any play. No play, no rock. Good. A little bit of pivot play, but not a lot. You have a stop pin that is internal. So the blade just goes around it, locks up. So there's a hole or a track in the blade, which is nice. I like that. So you got some good stuff here. You know, it's not all bad. I just don't understand the ergos at all. And I wish that detent was stronger. So there we go. That's the Kuma Survival School, I think it's called. Badass motherfucker. I'm making that up. It could be something else. BAMF, but I'm going to go with badass motherfucker. I just don't know what else it would be. Unless it was bad ape monkey fucker. I'm just kidding. Sorry. The logo is badass, dude. That's really cool. So thank you to Casey for sending this my way. I'm going to go ahead and just get this back to him. I'm not going to carry this or go any further with it. So if anybody has some education on it to share with me, I would love that. Thank you very much. And again, big shout out to LaceyLaceEDC for the diamond stropping emulsions. Love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.